the car, they bring money to the bank?
Yes.
What part did you rob? The truck or the bank?
I robbed the truck.
How did you do that?
How did you know all the difference between all this stuff?
I watch movies.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Jessie.
I'm Anthony.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Celine. Nice to meet you.
Wow, it's very professional.
Thank
I like
you.
that. Like that coat. You look very professional.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are we here to talk about?
What do you think? You know why you're here?
I do.
Why are we here?
Because of something that you did in 2008.
Are you a bank robber?
I was a bank robber.
Yes.
You're a bank robber?
Basically kind of a bank robber. I was addicted to drugs. Now that's a whole different story. So it made me really, really think kind of stupid.
Why did you say a bad word?
What did I say?
Stupid.
I did? Look, I wasn't very smart.
During the robbery, were you on drugs?
I was always on drugs.
What part did you rob? The truck or the bank?
I robbed the truck.
How did you do that?
How did you know all the difference between all this stuff?
I watch movies.
Okay, well, yes, I robbed a Brinks armored car.
Society idealizes good heist movies like Ocean's 11 or Thomas Crown.
These are great movies.
I was kind of too fascinated in your story.
Yeah, it's probably not a good thing.
What is exactly your story?
I placed an ad like I was an employer for people to show up at the bank at the same time. And when people responded saying, yes, I'd like the job, I wrote back and I said, okay, show up at the bank at 11, make sure to wear a blue shirt, a blue hat, and a safety vest, the same outfit that I was wearing. The day of the robbery, the armored car pulls in, the guy gets out, and he's just doing his thing, kind of walking by him, and then turns to him, pepper sprays him, takes the money, and then takes off.
How do you get away with the money?
I had a landscaper or a yard worker's outfit on with a wig, and I ripped all of this stuff off and I threw it on the ground in a pile, and I had a totally different outfit on, okay? So what are people gonna say? Who robbed the bank? Person wearing the orange did, That's right, was I wearing orange anymore?
No, you weren't.
I was last seen running towards this highway, and on the other side there's this little stream that no one really knows about. And God, you know what an inner tube is?
Yeah.
I went down, threw the money into the inner tube, got on my back and pulled myself upstream. Went up this little hill, got in the trunk of a car, and my buddy drove off. I went home to my wife and 2-year-old and 15-day-old baby.
Wow. Why did you do it when you were in such a good position?
I was desperate, and it was we had this house. On the outside, you'd be like, wow, he's got everything, but I was losing everything.
How much money did you steal?
I stole $400,000.
I thought you stole 9 million.
Are you not impressed? I don't know if he's supposed to be impressed. He's not impressed.
I'm not impressed.
You should work hard for your money, get a job, not steal money.
You're very right. I shouldn't have stolen that money.
Wait, so you hide the secret?
It was a secret, yes.
Like Spider-Man hide his suit?
Except Spider-Man was doing good things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, obviously there's one flaw in your plan.
Yeah. A week and a half before the robbery happened, I was doing a time run. Time is very important. You know why time's so important when you're committing crimes? No, I'm teaching you guys how to commit crimes. Why do you think time's so important?
Is it the math times?
Oh, I know. If you're going to work and you're still sleeping in bed, the time just smack you in smack.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So I did a time run to get from the bank to the creek, to the creek, to the car. Now, I don't think I'm doing it in my head. I'm not doing anything wrong that day. This homeless man's like, hey, I know what that stuff is, and I blew him off, okay? What happened is this guy called in the police. It was enough for them to basically get surveillance and follow me around. Meanwhile, the crime happens a week later, and I'd gone to a gas station, thrown away a bottle. Okay, they waited until I drove off, retrieved the bottle, tested it for DNA. Ding, ding, ding. I was caught by a homeless guy.
Did you think you would get caught?
No. Why would I do it if I did? That's kind of how a criminal thinks. Right?
Stupid.
You said it. That's right. Yes.
Have you seen Batman?
I have.
You know the Joker should
Yes,
wear masks and
yes.
stuff. He was a bank robber too. The bad guy landed.
Bad guy? Am I a bad guy?
No, you're not. They're there. They're there.
Did you went to jail for it?
I went to jail.
So how long have you been in jail?
I was sentenced to 6 years in prison.
Prison is this like absolutely wretched place in the movies. Like, you know, what was it like in real life?
Like when you watch a TV show, there's like somebody getting stabbed all the time or whatever. No, like that does happen, but it's not violent and crazy all the time. It's just so depressing that you can almost feel it. It's like in the air. That's something they probably wouldn't show in a movie.
Yeah.
I remember that I used to visit my dad when in like prison, and then my dad came back from prison.
And what was that day like?
It was the happiest day of my life.
I bet you it was the happiest day of your dad's too.
What would have happened if you hadn't got caught?
I would have kept doing other stuff. They would have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and
So are you glad you got caught?
yes, absolutely.
Would you do it again?
No. Well, you know why? The main reason why was not so much prison and that I got punished and all the things that happened in prison. It was that I was away from my kids. I cared about them, right? And so I started drawing them pictures, and I would send them home, and I knew they were little, but they'd look at the picture probably for a second, and then they'd put it away. But at least they would know that their daddy drew that picture for them. And I started making books for them, okay, like happy birthday book, and then I would make stories, and I really got into drawing books. Well, when I came home from prison, I just made my own books. At first, no one bought them, but then I had one book that became a bestseller. I got really, really lucky, and I was able to again buy a house so my family could all live together again.
Do you make a lot of money writing books?
I'm making more money writing books than I did when I was a criminal. These are based after my daughters,
What are their names?
Isabella and Lila, and they're detectives in that. And they gotta find out who stole the cake.
Isn't that ironic?
It's very ironic.
Do you think you're a good role model for kids?
No. There's a lot to learn from people who fail. I am a great example of what not to do.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
You learned your lesson. From me? That's good. That's good. That means
Never rob a bank.
you're really good at this.
I am.